are they?
Greetings and salute. Greetings. I'm Georgius. My friend, you're... And in a city full of Romans you are asking me? Because I am Greek. Let me tell you something about Greeks and Romans. My name is Georgios, yes. But the Romans, they do not care. They hear me say Georgios and they think, ah, he must mean Georgius. Good Roman name. They do this all the time. They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us. I am flattered that they copy our ideas, but why must they change the names? Do they want credit for making it all up? Do they want to forget where it came from? At first, I pull my hair out. After a while, I give up, and I become Georgius the Roman. I accept the world is Roman. Plus, I have no hair left to pull. But my point is this. If you want to know who stole an old Greek name, look no further than the sticky-fingered Romans. The plague you seek was pilfered from a collection of old Greek relics by none other than Douli. He cannot help it. Like a typical Roman, he likes shiny things, especially those that once belonged to my people. And besides, it makes him happy. So I say, let him keep it. I believe he still has it with him, in his cell, just opposite the Temple of Demeter. I hope that
Hello? Hello? Have we met before? Do you like it? It's shiny, innit? It makes me happy. But if I gave it to you, then I wouldn't have it anymore, and I'd be sad. But it's mine, and I really like it. I want to keep it. Well, if you get me out of here, then I wouldn't need it anymore because I'd already be happy. Then you could have it, and you'd be happy too. Like Galerius? He's not. Yeah, Galerius will let me out. Then you can have my plaque and everyone will be happy. You're going to let me out of here? Really? Oh. Please. You're mean.
these statues is worth on the outside.
Oh, shiny.
All
Isn't the
weapons
great
are to be
temple
tossed into the
majestic?
chasm.
So you survived the cistern. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky. What?
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you... Look, if I had a Roman plaque... I trust you can see your...
Do I need to... Domitius, protect me!
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, friend. Oh. You? Alright, let me see. But how did you... Oh, that... I'll go.
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone.
I'll take care of it. Just go and hide, but not in the empty shrine.
Wait, how did you know I was headed in there?
No time to explain. Go!
All right, I'll be in my bedroom.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not?
What is the meaning of this?
How did you get in there, you cheeky little Sturkus? If I cop an earful from Malleolus, I'll be coming for you.
What is the meaning of this?
What is it, citizen? Not that it's any of your business. But unfortunately, see, Domitius has been going around town, shoring up votes from up. The man's a savage. Sentius knows about it. This place will be different with that sleazer. I appreciate the thought. But in any case, if you're interested in the election, no? All right?
A new face. Oh. I beg your pardon? Oh my. Let's see. If that is in... We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyre. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed it. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit god. So it seems you have two options. To confront... Mayfall. Ave. It must be completed by dusk, just the same as it'll be between sentient. Why do you... I like the idea, but I know Galerius well. It was only yesterday that he said to me... So, I suppose if you'd like to see Galerius elected Sir, see you again. Isn't the great temple... I'm afraid this area is private. I must ask you to leave.
What is the meaning of this? Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty... Why would I with... I suppose... So... Oh, so much work and... Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway. There, you got what you wanted. Now, please, leave... Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to release Julia and Ulpius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I've just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money, wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir. Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know. Citizens, I have an announcement. Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default. That is all.
Salve again, friend. How is it possible? Oh, Ah, it's you again. Now. I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a wit, but from what I hear, Malleolus, and maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean,
Don't believe a word they
did?
tell you.
Oh, that was unexpected. I wonder what could have possessed him to do. I'll let Equitia know I'll be running. All right.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diane. Feeling all right? That's a shame.
Whatever's in that great Hello there, friend. May I say? Well, I'll take your word for it. But perhaps you'll be... Oh well, let me know if you change. Sentius, I suppose. Yeah? And what's he gonna do? Certainly. Nothing illegal about it? Well, that's a shame. Very well. Salve. Hello there, friend. May I say, that is a glory... Well, I'll take... Oh, well. Yeah? Certainly. Nothing illegal about it? Well, that's a Yeah? Certainly. Well, that's it. Very well.
Ah, a new face. I hear. Galerius, definitely. He put an end to them. All right. Nice to.
Ah, a fellow greetings. I'm Jordan. My friend. Galerius. Did you know he saved the but of I hope
No idea. What? Oh, I think I have seen that plaque. Sorry I lied. Oh. Hilarious. Sorted out, man. Fine. See you.
What now? Whatever.
Not that it's any of your business. All right?
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not?
Leave me.
Salve.
Salve, welcome to. We've. Even if.
Hello. Gold? My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said, if anything ever happened to him, he gave me this key and made me promise to keep. All I remember is he said something about the cistern. Now nobody looks after me. Bye-bye. Hello. My friend Hannibal, he said, he gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns. Now nobody looks. Bye.
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? Contrary. Nobody's. So, there was just one day, a few said he could anyway. So, and I know. Good on.
You. Do you know you're... We... What? What? I hate you.
Arve again. It must be. It'll be. Why do you up? As I said. Very well.
Citizens, it is time.
Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
We have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate.
The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helver. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helver.
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you've put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
We're finally alone. Now we have. Is that? Seems rather brash. Nothing really. It won't be long before the Golden Rule. I dare say it. I think. You mean to ask, why am I? And I'm beginning to. I'm glad to hear. Thank you.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Hello? Oh, thank you. You can have my shiny, and maybe you can help me. My friend Hannibal used to look after me, but before that, he gave me a key to the cisterns and told me to keep it safe. Please help me find it. Oh, thank you. I hope you find it. Oh, look, maybe it is treasure. I could see it for myself. So pretty. And it's just lying out here in the open. Maybe nobody wants it. Maybe no one will mind if I just take it. Don't you dare.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, friend. mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back? Oh. All right. I'll go.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Cimmerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your and what is more, you carry a weapon that was... But there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy... My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know? It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave myself. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey. My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate with your kind. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords: desire, joy, ecstasy, even rage and sorrow. while an acquired taste can be addictive. No. Long ago I swore to Proserpina that I would remain in this form for as long as we remained among your kind. I must honor that. This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpina to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal. Your gaze lingers too long. That is my servant. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces and goes by many names. Kumutabal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. We will talk more later. For now, ask your questions. As you wish. It has come to be known simply as the Underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago. That is a long story, one that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day. You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from... You all but destroyed yourselves, yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance in agriculture, too. For a time you flourished. But soon you were too many for us to oversee. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion. And my kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world. A utopia unspoilt by conflict. But my Proserpina could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance. She made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave, and so she began her innocence. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his... Humans were unworthy of ascension to it. But seeing that I was aggrieved, if even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium. My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you without interfering, and to sit in silent. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year, so that I might take her with me to Elysium. And here I am. Oh. There were also gods who, like me, have been known by many names, but perhaps you knew them by their Roman names. Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Proserpina. as the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, and made all the same mistakes. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans, and they all did the same thing. They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten. To ensure the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from silver, a rare element at the time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for. Only 2 remain. And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind will have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Persepolis along with it. It is a regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place was a king of Sumer, and a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to it, but the erasure did not take completely. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh. Later, the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less, and then when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning. And in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, a warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, they each told embellished tales of this place. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained only a seed of truth. Of course, that is merely the name your people have given to it, but yet that is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a bank. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife, a prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, 2 were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dress, their hair woven in elaborate fashion, draped herself in jewelry. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold. And while the others indulged at the banquet, the second, she checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat, where she broke her neck. But I was watching. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls them. But that was not enough. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all, to make way for a new wave, and began the wager. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity. I give your kind a second chance at life, as well as ample warmth. And when you disobey, and you always disobey, and so you ask, if you destroy yourselves. When my kin departed, they left behind many relics, which I need. The golden bow originally belonged to one of my... As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them, and equipped them each with a dupe and tasked them with hunting down the Fos... I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality, no attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi. This should come as no surprise to you, since the Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with due to the Greeks refined it with avoid due. The Roman Stoics added, treat your inferior as you... Even the so-called cultists hiding them. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born, yet none of the peoples who express them. I'm able to commune with all of the statues in the city. If she was still conscious, I suppose she could. Then what an odd... Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations? I have seen no such. Taking one's own life is a self-directed act. It is not. Therefore, it cannot be said that one who commits... Applying this rule always requires us to interpret the meaning. Supposing you're right, then my law's been... Now tell me, what a... Ah, the tavern... I disagree. Having watched that tavern keeper, that is precisely what you would expect from others. Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would want. Now tell me, you speak of the moneylender. How is... And he would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. Now tell me, the midwife in the palace, yeah. The rule is do unto others, meaning other people. Those statues are something else. Now tell me, abduction. He did so because she sought to escape. A sin. Better that he stops her from escaping. Now tell... Do you honestly think... I should strike you down? Now... Very... Good. Only, it has long been within my power to see to that. When I peer into you, I see only a blank slate. Charon, where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you.
You would have us believe...
If that is true.
How did you come to be in this time, mortal?
You cannot know.
I do not know. My kin departed long ago. Tread light. Enough of this. It seems I will need. Why have you come here? If you anger me or waste my time with lies, so tell me. That is a very serious accusation, mortal. These people were all dead when my servant found them. Accordingly, I am well aware of the story told by the Greek. It is entirely unfair. My love was dying, and I intervened the only way. It was an act of rebellion against the others. Accordingly, Every one of those people was guilty of failing to ensure. They failed collectively, and so they... How unfortunate that... Ah, but I am a god, and you are a mortal. Let me ask you this. Do you ensure they have food and shelter? Of course not. My love for her does not mean I am not. Bah! For a moment I thought you might have been... How so? And be specific. You... I admit, I have... He is a volatile. His cruelty does... Pathetic.
He cannot
Huh. I see what you're... You have no idea. How dare you threaten her? This ends...
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
South? Oh. You? All right, then. I'll...
me to introduce... No, but the... And I would recognize that anyway. You filed. You have put me in an If I refuse, you will murder her. And yet, if I agree, I would... Perhaps you are clever. I do not see that I have a choice in this. Your treachery and savagery have opened my eyes, and now you have shown me your species. This has gone on too long. But know this. If I abandon the way... I will have Carol make arrangements to ferry the others. But as... Enough, foul creature. Once this exodus begins, the events... What will become of you is difficult to predict. Now... You had best pray out.
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al. Well, here I am. Know who you are. Oh, did that... I'm fairly... Fortunately for us, apparently there was a they believe. Then, one day, an oracle appeared, saving the life of a dying woman, foiling and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle and the doors just... Nobody knows what went on in there, but because the next thing he knew, unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of... What became of him? And the other... And did this mysterious oracle what? Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water. I'm gonna pause here for a moment and you go on.
You're back! But... why don't you tell me...
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You could... I do not that you died of my rule. Most so ask you... As you made a purchase, the shopkeeper... There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you. I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now! Al! It's so...
Kinda lost track of time and there was a tablet describing an oracle.
Sounds like quite a story. You two look exhausted. Why don't...
Sounds good to me.
And you?
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again. After everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galer. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying. Why don't you head on down there?
finally here. Remember me? It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Charon appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only for some... Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but... Oh, I used Charon's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I know! I can't believe my luck either. We're planning to get married next spring. Of course, there's a whole museum...
Oh, hello.
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you. Galerius told me... So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the... I'm just teasing. Galerius and I are engaged and expecting. We've just bought a lovely villa and it feels like the world has just opened up for it. We're just so thankful. Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She See you at...
Hello. I'm the... Galerius said you're very nice. I live at Galerius and Equitia's house. Treasure? Oh, I forgot about that. Bye-bye.
Hi there, I'm Horatius. I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life, and reuniting Centilla with her. I'm living up north, and studying in the military. The world's changed a lot, but some things stay the same. Still, I have to keep challenging myself, the ones who pioneered our path. Ah, you remembered that. In the words of Epictetus, as those who remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions. Thanks. He's not my... Oh, I see what you did. He had more trouble adapting. He got himself disqualified from the UFC. So he started supposed appeal to people's baser instincts. But his luck finally ran out. You're not... And...
You're the Oracle, right? Oh, of course, sorry. And of course... Oh, I bet I'm living in a house share in London with my... Eventually I want to travel the world and write about it. Did you know there are entire... And you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft. Oh, sorry, you already know all that, of course. I have noticed people from your time... Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the... As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and... Thank you. Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting, even in your... Apparently he'd proposed before they'd even met. Nigeria? Well, you... I hope.
You are here. It's not... Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in as you... If the world knew we died 2,000 years... Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So... I'm studying to get into medic. When it ended, I realized I'm... You too. Don't be a stranger.
Hey. I take it you're the Oracle. Thanks for coming. Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I'm not sure if you heard, but after she knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time. But he's been dealt with. Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can... Of course, I'm mostly... He's still the eternal torment. Just what he... You too.
I take it you're the oracle everybody's talking about. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. We have. I'm sorry. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And it seems I have... I'm working as a consultant to the faculty. Not that I need the money, but my sincere...
Greetings.
Hello.
You must be the legendary oracle. It is a sincere privilege to finally... I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from hate. I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has perhaps one day. Once I have seen all of this, I hope you will join me there. You too.
You're... I wanted to say thanks for sending Galerius to save my life. I'm just so happy. Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so... Mostly that means baking. Thank you.
Some soiree, innit? Ah, hello at last. Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for whatever you did in that temple made most... I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and, in fact, I was hoping to ask your advice. I can't decide between fossil fuel... Oh, don't be like that. Oh, of course, yeah, I was just thinking... Of course.
Good evening.
Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you. I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure, but thank you for coming. I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by... After you sent Galerius to persuade Ulpius not to take... I just want to spend the rest of my... And you... Wonderful.
Greetings. Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all. I'm recovering. Octavia... Ah, you remember that. I'm already up to the night. Men have called me mad. And...
It is an honor to finally... You... Oh, of course, I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need. Instead, I have decided to follow the custom of you. I spent the first 25 years. Indeed. Thank you.
Hello there. Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me. And that Don't worry. I'm living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. You can try some... I'm living... Thanks.
It's nice to finally put a face. I understand I have the way you just showed up out of... I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. Every day I look at her, so we're living each day sitting together on our terrace with... And I... Thank you. You too.
I go by Rufus, for which... Sorry, I live with Virgil in Rotterdam. Not... have... Huh. Good to know. You...
I wanted to thank you and for helping I'm studying to be an architect again, and of course it's improved immensely. You natives of the 21st... You too, as Rufus said in his own lacon, if you're ever in the...
evening.
There you are. Now, there's one more person.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life, and I wanted to meet you in person. I hate to think what would have happened to us without... Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. I did. I may have given up my immortality. After witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls, so I tried to give them a way to buy more time. I don't know what happened to him. Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. But she wouldn't say what it was. And you. Oh, and one last thing. Good. Because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
If I refuse, you will murder her. And yet, if I agree... I do not... And now is... But... Because... In... If I refuse... and this... It is not up... What now?
Don't believe a word they tell you.
If I refuse, you will... I do not... Enough.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Hey! You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? Control... What now?
I have a message from Malleolus.
Yeah? Who's it from?
The Emperor.
Wait, is that? No. Of course. Yeah. Why do... Why in Pluto's... The map... I think... Ask them. You at the point live and into the I good of
Why do you say...
What? I can't.
You...
Anyway, you can.
I would think that bow yoke. Thank you.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Of course. Yeah.
Why do you...
Why?
The man has...
Of course. If I know of where the if I sick that ask good ask good of yeah.
Why do you say...
Of course. Yeah.
Why...
Of course. Yeah.
Why...
What? Good.
Thank...
If you're snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting
What? My condition is nobody's business.
Many shall suffer for the sin.